Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for the man himself, Serge Pizzorno.
Thanks, mate.
Hello, Serge. It's going to take this off. I'm going to do a striptease.
I like that. Where's that from?
That coat?
Yeah.
I can't reveal my sources. It's made from angel eyelids.
Oh, this is going to be hard, isn't it?
No.
Yeah.
So, your first solo album was slightly behind me. I can't. It's too weird.
Not an Boston, right?
I'm not an owl.
Who put these chairs like this, Rick?
I feel like Simon and Garfunkel.
Horrible.
Unfortunately, I'm Garfunkel in this.
Fidget Brothers. Thanks for
You can
coming.
see my bum now.
Oh, wow.
I know. I've got
Shit.
2 groupies. So, cool. Okay, so yeah, the album's
I know,
out
I'm
now.
excited. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. I can't blown my mind. That's blown my mind, to be honest.
This?
Yeah.
I know.
So many people, I didn't think there'd be anyone there.
Just the vicar.
Yeah.
He's gone, actually. It's quite amazing. Who's got the album? Have you all got the album?
Oh, wow. That's great.
You're so polite, putting your hands up. Who's got the album? Me, sir, I've got the album. I bought the album first. Did you get it on pre-order? Modern world, crazy. There's no such thing as pre-order when we were kids.
No.
So,
Yeah.
it's out.
No. It's been a weird, I've got to say, it's been quite a weird day, sort of walking around for some reason.
Knowing that your album's out there.
Yeah. I think I underestimate, like, because I really enjoy making things, and that's really like what it really excites me about life. I get up in the morning and I make it. I don't really think about like, having to do this at the end of it,
No.
and then also it being out and people having to have it in their homes and go, what's he doing? What's going on? What's this about? And so yeah. So
Who
it's
said
been a
that?
weird day.
You said it was amazing.
Oh,
You
it's
said it
very
was
nice.
amazing.
Thank you.
I think it's an amazing album. It's a beautiful album, isn't
It's
it?
beautiful.
It brought tears to your eyes.
Oh wow.
That's
I'm
worth it,
I'm
right?
going. I might go now myself.
Okay, good night. You're not going to beat that. You know? I mean, that makes it worth it, right? When you make something, one person brought tears to their eyes, that's the end, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Like really is. Really, that's kind of it.
What was the thinking behind doing a solo album? Because obviously you have songs that you write that you maybe don't think are right for Kasabian,
Yeah, I think like.
and you just put them in a little side pocket,
Yeah, I mean,
pouch,
I didn't.
papoose.
I didn't like. These are all songs that they were only like 4 months old. There was nothing
Right.
left over. I had that.
They're babies.
The Meanwhile stuff I had, but that was never going to be. That was a little weird project I had in my head. But all the songs were brand new, and I had no like sort of plan to be a solo. I don't really care about being a. That was never like I want to be a solo. I want to make a solo album. Just had a year off, and
You couldn't
you know
help
what I'm
yourself.
like. Yeah, I just thought, well,
I know Serge pretty well, and he can't stop writing songs. It's like a disease with Serge.
yeah. So it is. So it was just like, well, if I don't do it now, and then we make another Kasabian record, it won't be for another few years.
There'll be no
and then I
gaps.
might just look like Rick then, and then maybe no one would come.
If I
thought that was. No, sorry, Rick.
If I look like Rick when I'm Rick's age, I'm going to be a king.
That's true.
Me and you are going to look like 2 wizened old ladies.
I meant that in a nice way, Rick. You know that, like.
Rick's all man. We're going to look like 2 aunties. So you made the album. I suppose you don't think about the end too much, but I guess once you make the music, then you feel like, oh well, I should play it in front of people.
Yeah, that was definitely the thinking. when I sort of handed it in, it was like, oh, this is pretty good, so definitely we should do some gigs. And then I could never I never compete with the band ever, so I had to rethinking how I would perform it. And it's a completely different, it's a different sport. It's a completely different performance. Because like, you know, what we do is so powerful and it is what it is. And I wouldn't want to stand on stage with guitar and not have Tom there. It's just be weird, you know. So I've tried to reimagine.
He's under that table, actually.
He's going to come out. No, don't say that. They'll think he's here.
He's with us. He's omnipresent. He's omnipresent. That's right. That's why I get paid the big bucks. So, I did a real joke.
That was good.
I know.
You didn't write that
down.
That was good.
That's my first joke in 4 years. I've been in a tent having a nightmare. Just went camping and someone put some ovens in the tent. When I say camping, I don't mean on holiday. I was just with Mick Jagger going like that in a field. Right, stop. It's not my gig. So,
you wrote that one.
Someone else write that down. I got two: omnipresent and camping. Come on.
You wrote that down, right? That was good. The second one.
No.
What?
I will
Off
write
the
it
cuff.
down. I'll remember it.
That was amazing.
So.
Thank God you're here. I'd be shitting if you weren't.
So you've got like leopards, you've got tiger print
changed to
now.
tiger, yeah.
So did you feel like you had to slightly change your image?
Yeah.
To fit the S.L.P?
Yeah. And it's like...
And is it like a character?
I think, yeah, that's kind of how especially with the live thing, how I'm sort of dealing with doing something else is, like each song is a different element of my personality, so I tune into that person and then perform like that. And I think that obviously cutting the head is symbolic, I suppose.
Yeah, it's like wearing a mask.
Yeah, and I was sort of thinking of David Byrne and Bowie and these
people who play
the S.L.P.
characters.
is that kind of, that is my Ziggy.
It's one facet
of
the overall zone.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I can visit it now whenever I want.
So yeah, you've set up something now that you can go back to and make music of that. I'm sure, knowing you probably make a classical album or a electronic, I don't know. The thing is, Serge gets bored quickly and he likes to do lots of different things. You might make a reggae album. I'm hoping so.
I would do that.
You would do a reggae album? We got a friend who's got a reggae label now.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
I think we should.
Let's do some...
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. I'll get Paul Hollywood in. Imagine me and Paul Hollywood stripped down to our pants doing a reggae album. Maybe like the Police.
You'd need the Police.
So the first single I think particularly strong. It's a banger, isn't it? The first single. I mean, it's a great way to announce that you're doing a solo album because it's like a punch in the face. The first time I heard that, I was blown away. And did you get that early on, or did you start making the album? Think I need a big hook, a big.
That came quite early, and I had the groove, and I tend to go into the studio at 3 in the morning. I sort of had a few runs and just played the.
So cute. I had a few runs. Mum had gone to bed, and I went to the drinks cabinet. She'd left the key to the studio out. I thought, well, what are you, 12? I'm presuming it's your studio. Rums is the cutest thing ever. What did you do last night? I said, I had some rums. That's why I love you.
So it's looping round, and this kind of voice came. So that that, because it's sort of schizophrenic, and like I fit into this, that sort of.
So you hear it?
Yeah, and I was sort of loose, so I just it was like a stream of consciousness.
Wow, so you had a few runs to get loose.
And
the
then
voice comes and you sort of channel it.
Exactly.
Wow.
And there's a discrepancy in the bill, you would never write that down. I would never write that down as a lyric, but it came through that night. And so I wrote loads, just let it all, because I was in a fun, my pal was there, and so I was doing it to show, like, make him laugh.
To show off?
Yeah, make him laugh.
Who's this?
Motte.
You've got another pal, haven't
Yeah,
you?
sorry.
I didn't know about this, so this might be a bit awkward. My pal was there, great. Where's he now? Nowhere, fuck him. Where was I? You're pro-leaf, probably. Wow, okay, so you go in, you get, let me picture this, so you have a few drums, you get loose, you hear the voice,
for this
and then you got a sort of,
specifically for this
and you channel it.
And then
the lyrics are great, I think the lyrics are really underrated, I think the lyrics are really interesting, and there is a slight David Byrne, sort of American Psycho, weird, lilt
definitely
to them, tang.
Yeah, definitely. Imagery and a sort of
Do you
visually.
see anything when you're writing?
Like films are sort of close. I always see things like imagery and
almost like you're writing a soundtrack
kind of,
to your own imagination.
Exactly, and I like things that make me laugh. I like lines. There has to be something in there with even if it's an in-joke or, you know, I like to get away with things that I'll find funny. Like I like to laugh at lyrics. I think that's important.
Although you take it massively seriously, there's also an element that you don't take it too seriously.
It's playful and
I think when things are funny, it's important for art. You know that some artists are very serious, but I think they do still have a sense of humour about what they're making.
Yeah.
We'd hope so.
I think so.
It's always depressing when you see someone interviewed and they go, yeah, I'm an artist, and they don't find it funny at all, and you're really laughing. Then you think, oh no. I went to a David Lynch exhibition once, and there was some guys came on with rabbit masks, and it was like a sitcom, and there was an audience canned laughter, and these rabbit head men were wandering about, and there was just lots of people there going, yeah, I see what he's doing there. And I was pissing myself. And I thought, what's happening? Maybe it's me. But then I saw David Lynch on an interview and he was going, I just found that quite funny, the idea of a rabbit head. And I said, people do, it's fine.
Yes, exactly.
I thought I was a freak.
I like to know that I think there's a definite relationship though between that. I think Bowie, I'll talk about him, and David Byrne, and I spoke to David Byrne about it, and he said like he's said like he's in on the
he's in on the joke.
He's in on the joke.
So he plays it straight, doesn't he?
Plays it so straight, and it's all. But he's there in his head, and he knows when he's talking about he's got a song about a personal trainer, and he knows it's funny.
He's an interesting guy, isn't he?
He's really interesting,
He has a fold-away bike, doesn't he? When he's on tour, he just cycles around wherever he's playing, and he just goes around the whole town on his little bike in his brown suit and his glasses. Probably taking it all in, you know?
Yeah, we need more people like that, I think. I think there's enough.
Would you do a collaboration with David Byrne?
I think so, yeah. That would be good.
Think so?
Yes.
Maybe. I might call him back. Serge, it's David Byrne on the phone. Tell him I call him back. That doesn't really happen anymore, does it?
No.
Do you remember those days? Someone's on the phone with you. That doesn't happen anymore, does it? So once you had a collection of songs, you knew you were going to play it live, and you knew it wasn't Kasabian, but I suppose you had the slight cushion of knowing that Kasabian was still existing somewhere else.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like you were. Did anyone panic and think the Surge was splitting up the band?
Oh wow.
And I bet you were freaking out, right?
Yeah.
Because when me and Julian did the Boosh and then I did Luxury Comedy, I felt like people were going, what have you done that for? I mean, for other reasons, it was quite weird. But I feel like they thought I was, splitting up the band. But you definitely weren't doing that. So in a weird way, this is like a cheeky bonus for everyone.
Yeah.
And how did the rest of the band feel about it?
Well, it was because we looked and we realised for 17 years we'd not had a year, any time off, because we weren't making albums, we were on tour, so it was time to disappear at least for a year, and then make the record, sort of late this year, and so I think everyone was like, yeah, this makes sense, because I didn't.
And were they supportive?
Yeah, I mean, that's testament to why we're still together, because they were just beautiful, you know. Both Dibs and Tom especially, just like.
What's Tom up to at the moment?
He was dreaming. He ran. I mean, he only like yesterday. It was like he's proud. I'm so proud of you, brother. You know, there was no weirdness or like. And I think I couldn't have gone back into making a record.
You're a family, aren't you? A little family.
Yeah.
And you've been together since you were kids.
Family, yeah. And it's real. Like, it's not like.
It's not a fake.
I think that's why people like what we do, is because they know there's a lot of fake shit out there, and it certainly ain't.
They know that you're authentic.
They know we're proper.
Well, I think that's how people feel. I mean, I'm speaking on your behalf. I feel like that's what people think about the solo record, that it was a natural progression and it was something you needed to do. And people, I think people got behind it because of that. It didn't feel cynical or.
No, and I've got to say thank you. I mean, to everyone like here, because I when I first put it out, I had no idea what anyone's going to make of it. But the words and that, and I put out a phone number that people could ring, you know.
This sounds creepy, I'm going to be honest. Is this just a way of getting off with the crowd?
I know, my wife aims, the phone rings all the time, and I left it by the bedside.
Is this on the shopping channel?
Yes, so this shopping
Who's seen that, the shopping channel thing?
Watch it.
It's absolutely amazing. If you haven't seen it, check it out, because it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And it's just Stevie Graham, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's an amazing actor.
But,
but the phone number on it is real, you can ring it.
Yeah, you should.
Although I did ring it and I never got through. He's got a ponytail, he does some acting, it's amazing.
But I spoke to loads of people, loads of fans, and I was going, oh man, they might just go, what the fuck are you doing? And everyone's like, man, I'm loving it, this stuff's great, and so that's been beautiful.
Cool. So you're going to do a proper tour. This is just like a little. This is the record launch today.
This is today, yes. I'm spending.
You thought you'd come and do a few songs for these guys.
Spending the party with you lot today, and we've cobbled together. I mean, we've never done.
I've been outside. They brought a bouncy castle.
I've got Tim with me. You know Tim, so he's an absolute legend. And also, I couldn't have made the album without Tim as well. So round of applause for Tim. And we've cobbled together a little set, but we'll fingers crossed. I mean, we'll see what happens.
Horse feathers, we call him. I've no idea why we call him horse feathers. Why do we?
It was a tapestry's name, wasn't it?
Oh, was it? Horse feathers. I like to think you couldn't have made the album about me, right?
Well, I was just about to say that. I was just about to say.
Right, I've got some questions.
No, because I do actually want to say one thing before we go.
Don't do something weird.
I'm gonna. No, because in the same way, I'll send Noel, bits of pieces of scrap, chords and melodies, and I mean, it's really sort of loose, and it's to having that outlet, just to send you stuff, and you'll be like, yeah, this is great, we should do this. You sort of give me the confidence to go a bit, twisted. Yes. And he's always like, go further. And I go, what about you? You can go further. And it's like, that is like dream
Not
time.
always the best of times. I don't know if you've seen luxury comedy. No, that's very sweet. Right, I've got some questions. I've got embarrassment.
Oh no.
So, we're going to have some roms later.
Bombs. So.
Omnipresent, I mean. Hello, omnipresent. Right, I've got some questions here. Number one, do you believe in God? Very funny.
Who put that?
I don't know. The way you approach what you put on an album, has it changed due to streaming and downloading? There's less people. Oh, that's so dry. You got one shot and literally. I'm joking. It was dry then. And. Hi Noel, me and my friends have moved into a bare-walled flat. Can you please create something special to hang? If you were a cake, which cake would you be? Why?
Is that yours?
Go to the back. Why did you choose the S.L.P as a name? I don't know whose question that is. There's no names, so these are your questions.
Sergio. So it's obviously my initial Sergio Lorenzo Pizzorno.
Oh, obviously.
Original here. And So S.L.P was like knocking around, and remember SL2? There was like back in the day there was a band called SL2, so I thought it was too similar. Then Aitor, who does the artwork with me, he said, why don't you put the in front of it? And that made me laugh instantly because I thought of the B.I.G. and like, you know, it sounded like a sort of hip hop name, which I thought was quite cheeky.
I think you've missed a trick. Lorenzo is the perfect solo album name, isn't it? Serge in swimming trunks on the front. Lorenzo! It's Lorenzo
Someone's
time.
Someone's called it though.
Oh, there is a Lorenzo.
Look, there is a Lorenzo, yeah, look. Someone's taken it. Someone's taken it.
Lorenzo's massive. To Serge, which album are you most proud of that you've created?
Oh,
is that a hard question?
they're all my babies.
They're all your babies.
I don't know.
You've got a favourite child, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I suppose if I had to take one with me, I'd probably take West Rider, probably.
So Noel, who won Bake Off? Come on! I'm tired. I've got nothing, that's all I've got. His favourite condemnation, I can't read this right, online dating, a hookup culture, or just a playful observation. What is your take on online dating as an outside observer? I like that they put you outside of online dating.
Yeah, no, it was.
We met on Grindr, didn't we?
I was going to answer that really
You're on your own now.
I was going to answer that seriously, but you've made me laugh. Okay.
Alright, are there still any tentative plans for a Loose Tapestries tour in the future? I'm sure there's at least 4 people who want that.
Yeah, no, there is. We should do that, right?
We were going to do a tour of venues with moats. What was the biggest moment for you as a Kasabian? Not as a Kasabian. Headlining Glastonbury or your hometown gigs at the King Power after Leicester won the Premier League? That's quite loaded, isn't it?
That's a tough one. That's a real tough one.
That's from Nathan. Is Nathan here?
Nathan.
Hello,
Hey, mate.
Nathan.
You from Leicester, Nathan?
Oh. Wow, so you're just interested in...
Good question. I'd say, I mean, only because obviously Leicester won the league, so the energy in the city that year and that month leading up to those gigs, I mean, it was insane. Yeah, thanks to John Coyne over there for sorting out, moving the gig. Originally the gigs were supposed to be 2017 and we moved them forward so we could play after Leicester won the league. So I'd say that was probably the one.
That was down to John Coyne.
It was well, after the conversation on the phone.
He's a 50 pence piece. It'd be amazing if he was. Do you still get a 50 pence piece?
Yeah. No, he
I haven't seen one for about a year. Hey, someone's put hey before the question. Hey, who are your favourite artists, either in music or art?
Well, obviously Noel's my favourite.
He was my favourite.
At the moment, obviously, like having Slow Tie and Little Sims, everyone should check those 2 out. They're so good. I mean, that would be a good place to start before I reel off a load of names. But I think those 2 are doing amazing stuff.
My favourite artist is a Dutch painter called Karel Appel. Anyway, that's not a joke. Who would win in a fight, Naboo or Prue? This is my favourite question. What's it or Quavers?
Oh, someone say Squares.
Salt and vinegar squares.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
I mean,
Pickled
yeah,
onion
if you're gonna have, I mean, if you've got to choose between those 2.
Pickled onion monster munch, just saying.
Wheatos. Bacon.
Wheat crunchies.
Crunchies.
Frazzles.
Frazzes.
Discos, get fucked. Please may I have a hug, bit needy.
After the show.
This is quite, would you rather see Leicester win the Champions League or Kasabian win a Grammy? It's turned into the Price is Right. Would you, I'll be Bruce Lee, rather see
That woo's killed me.
Now,
It is a bit
would
of a
you
woo,
rather
but-
have the trailer or the holiday in Bognor?
I take the Grammy, sorry Lester.
You take the Grammy.
Sorry lads.
Well, this is good. This is a good question, but it's quite long. If you could make a festival of any three headliners, living, dead, or disbanded, who would you choose, and where would the festival be? That's from Tom. Maybe it's from
Hold on, Tom.
the Tom. Tommy president.
Oh man, so put me on the spot. 3 artists, dead or alive.
3 artists.
Jimi Hendrix would have to
I
play.
was going to say Hendrix.
Have to, right?
That's so weird.
Have to.
I was going to say Hendrix. We're so in love.
I can't think of anyone else. Don't know.
James Acaster.
James, yeah.
What a lineup. Hendrix and Acaster. Who follows who? And then maybe Henry Winkler in his Fonz jacket.
Okay, we'll have Elvis. We may as well. We may as well.
Elvis.
You can play the Sunday night. It's Hendrix Friday.
S.L.P Juniors.
And then, shit.
Silver Apples.
Yeah, why not? So, Silver Apples on the Saturday, Elvis on the Sunday, and we will do it in...
Hendrix on the Friday.
Yeah, Hendrix on the Friday.
Okay.
And we'll do it in Peru.
I'm going to have to sort out those visas, that's going to take ages. Have you been to Kingston before and visited our amazing record store? If not, you must.
That's not real.
Linda Richards.
Well done, Linda.
Hello, Linda Richards.
She's got a little free advert in there, hasn't she?
That's Keith's wife. Hi, Sergio, are you a spiritual person?
Yeah?
What? It's not fucking... Jesus. You're yeah, I am. What about it?
Yeah.
Fucking go, do you? Third Eye and all that jazz. Vanessa.
Yeah.
Vanessa here. Hello.
It is
Oh, you a lot of
Vanessa.
questions. Why do you hate magicians?
That's a long story. I still got it actually. I can't eat if there's a magician on the telly. I don't know what it is. No, it's a serious thing. It must be a condition or something. But no, if they're on the telly, and worst is the unmasked magician.
Which magician puts you off your dinner mode?
Yeah, the unmasked magician.
Wow.
You know those ones where they show you the
Not
trick.
only are they doing something you don't understand, but they don't want you to know who's doing that.
Got a mask
There's
on.
so much intrigue there, aren't there? Would you rather fight a horse-sized duck, or 25 duck-sized horses? I promise you I didn't write that.
That's pretty good.
Don Johnson. What,
This
from
guy,
Miami
yeah.
Vice?
Don Johnson's a bit of a
Dan
leg.
Johnson.
Ben. That's a good question, Don Johnson. I'd probably take the first one.
What's your favourite Mighty Boosh character?
Tony Clifton.
Tony Clifton.
Thought you were going to do it then.
Were you nervous about how the fans would respond? And how would they take a change in the style of your music? Would you be worried? We've covered this. Would you be worried that you thought Kasabian was splitting up? You were worried. weren't you?
About the fan. I thought it was quite funny though as well. Like it's quite a, there sometimes needs to be a storm in the harbour for everyone to,
Is this like a Cantona speech? Sometimes there needs to be a storm in the harbour. The seagull comes into the church and many men with a net will catch the seagull. And when the seagull is released, only then will we know that we are the ones. I'm going to go now because I've got a stitch. I think you want some music now, right?
How good is Noel? How good?
Thank you. Thanks for coming out. It's an amazing album. Let's welcome onto the stage Tim Horsefeathers.
These are going to sort this out. Thanks, Noel. Thank you. Try some business.
I just
that, didn't we? Thanks. Thanks for not more than... Yes, it is. That's the guitar. Good old friend. Good old friend. That was fun. Thanks, mate. So I just want to say thanks for all the support, even when I bought the album. The records meant a lot to me making it, and then thank you so much, man. I dedicate this one to the Johns brothers, Chris, Matty, and Mikey, because they've been with me hanging about, messing about for 15 years now, and I spent the day with Mike. He's over there, Mikey, and it was nice to just hang about, on a day like this with my boy. So yeah, I actually took him shopping, which was a bit of a disaster. Right, ready, Tim? Yeah. Okay, mate. So this will be the last one. Thank you so much. That's a bit of a. I think this is pretty good. Oh, here he is. The one I dedicated to has just got here. And here's the other one here. Big round of applause for Prince, please. You missed your dedication. Shall I do it again? Driving to meet you into the night. Feels right. You wait as one. Don't wait. I'm in now. Open your eyes. Hold me. Tell me I don't need it. Tell me I'll be right as rain. Yeah, now I won't fall down into pieces. Take my chance, I'll see this through to the end. Fast cars, they rush past my head. I am the passenger. The dark days are over. Feel through my head. I share smoke on down and now the streets come alive with the crowd spilling out, and that's when tomorrow becomes today. Hold me, tell me I don't need it. Tell me I'll be right as rain. Yeah, now fall down into pieces. Take my chance, I'll see this through to the end. Got me in a trance, got the whole world looking at you. What a place to be, what a place to be. Got me in a trance, got the whole world looking at you. What a place to be, what a place to be. Got me in a trance, got the whole world looking at you. What a place to be, what a place to be. Got me in a trance, got the whole world looking at you. What a place to be, what a place to be. Got me in a trance, got the whole world looking at you. What a place to be, what a place to be. Got me in a trance, got the whole world looking at you. What a place to be, what a place to be. Got me in a trance, got the whole world looking at you. What a place to be, what a place to be. Got me in a trance, got the whole world looking at you. What a place to be, what a place to be. Ring lights, they burn like the sun. Here goes, driving to meet you into the night.
Thank you all for coming. Serge is a beautiful man. I don't mean physically he is, but inside as well, and I think this album reflects that. But thank you all for supporting him. I know it means a massive amount to him. Thanks for coming, yeah? See you on the tour!